Woman, behold thy son. Son, behold your mother. After my mother died 35 years ago, and my father just died a year and 2 months before that, napakaraming nagbago sa aking buhay. My mother was 58 years old, and she was in a coma for 9 days before she died. I was at her side most of those 9 days and nights. Perhaps the most important change was I began to grow up spiritually. Most significantly, I mellowed. Sa sobrang sakit na aking naramdaman, natutunan ko ang maging mahinahon at mag-control sa aking galit. Lubos kong naintindihan at nadama ang bigat at pasakit ng nagdarahop na iba. I stopped asking God why He allowed suffering to exist, and instead saw the gift of God present in the tremendous pain and suffering in our world. And He is with us through it all. Woman, behold thy son. Son, behold thy mother. On the cross, Jesus looks down and sees his mother and his friend. Alam ni Jesus na sa mga darating na araw, malulumbay sila sa kanyang pagkawala sa kanilang piling. Alam ni Jesus na maraming pagsubok at paghihirap ang haharapin at mararanasan nila. Kaya ang paalala niya sa kanila, may kasama at may kaagabay sila sa isa't isa. Huwag silang mag-iisa. Hindi sila mag-iisa. The presence of God's compassion is expanded at the foot of the cross to include each of us, mother and father, sister and brother to each other, companion to the pain. Ang bawat isa ay dapat magsilbing imahe ng Panginoon sa isa't isa upang magbigay ng ginhawa at bigyan ng makabagong kahulugan ang paghihirap. To be in solidarity with all of God's creation, our family. When I got the news that my mother had died, I was barely an hour at our family home to take a quick shower and to rest for a while. I felt devastated. Umasa ako ng himala sa kanyang paggaling. Tinawagan ko ang aking kaibigan upang ihabilin ang aking parokya habang ako ay wala. At nang marinig ko ang boses niya sa kabilang linya, hindi naman ako nakapagsalita. But somehow, he knew. And he told me to stay put. About 30 minutes later, the doorbell rang. I opened the door, and my friend enveloped me in a gigantic hug. Lahat ng pinigil kong emosyon ay sumabog. Sobrang aking panghihina, yet safe in the embrace of my good friend, safe in the embrace of my God. Perhaps this is what it was like for Mary and the beloved disciple in the days after Jesus' death on the cross, together in their sorrow, together in their hope, together. We are all God's family, brother and sister, father and mother to all, to our neighbors, to the grieving women, to the weak, to the powerful, to the poor. What would the world be like, I wonder, if we actually lived out this reality? Here is a story about Archbishop Helder Camara of Brazil. Itinuturing ni Archbishop Camara na kapamilya niya ang mga mahihirap. Kapag nabalitaan daw niyang merong dinakip na wala namang kasalanan or unjustly arrested, tumatawag daw siya sa pulis at sasabihin niyang, "Sir, balita ko, inaresto niyo ang aking kapatid." Agad namang humihingi ng paumanhin ng pulis at sasabihin, "Your Excellency, sorry, we did not know he was your brother. Please come and collect him." At kapag dumarating si Archbishop sa police station upang kaunin ang tao, sinasabi ng pulis, "But Your Excellency, he does not have the same family name as you." At ang laging sagot ni Archbishop Camara ay, "Ang lahat ng mahirap na tao ay aking kapatid." This, I think, is truly what Jesus is calling us to at the foot of the cross. Not to be hung up on our family names, on our personal interests, on our personal needs, but rather to embrace the gift of solidarity, to recognize the divine presence in our neighbor, especially in times of sorrow, sadness, crisis, and pain. What if we looked into the eyes of the homeless children we usually ignore and saw our own son and daughter? What if we looked into the eyes of a distraught mother in a war-torn country and saw our very own mother? Would the world be any different? Would we be any different? Woman, behold your son. Son, behold your mother. Imagine Jesus telling you this at the foot of the cross, inviting you to embrace your son, to embrace your daughter, to embrace your mother.